TG Geeks, episode 196, November 19th, 2018. What the heck? This glitter exploded all over the studio. Hello and welcome to another webcast from tggeeks.com, where Ben and Keith, the two gay geeks, talk about all aspects of geekdom and nerdery, sci-fi, comics, film, horror, genre, you name it, we talk about it. I'm Keith Lane. We're coming to you from TG Squared Studios with glitter all over the place, Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm Ben Raggington, also coming to you from, I don't even recognize the studio anymore. I can't see anything. It's all glitter. In Phoenix, Arizona.
We're going to get right into it here.
Prepare for hyperdrive.
Meanwhile, back at the TG Squared Studios.
In this episode, we've got Alexander Rodriguez from LATV's Glitter Bomb. We got our birthday shout-outs. We got the featured podcast of the week. We got some feedback in this episode, and in our second segment, we're going to talk about the future, and what we're going to be doing, and a little bit of a weekly recap.
What?
Recap, yeah, the weekly recap.
Your Freudian slip just showed.
It did. Can you see it? And then we have always our follow-up items. So we're going to get right to talking to Alexander. And we welcome to the show Alexander Rodriguez, who is the host of iHeartRadio's On the Rocks and LATV's Glitter Bomb. Welcome to the show, Alexander.
Whoop, whoop. I have my martini in hand. I am ready to go.
Oh, yay. Oh, dear. and it is, well, it's good. It's afternoon, so hey, why not?
It's not too early.
It's never too early for a martini, right?
It's afternoon somewhere, somehow.
That's
my logic.
Time zone.
That's what we always say at work. It's after 5 somewhere, you know?
Yeah, that means it's happy hour 24/7.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So tell us about... you're in the second season of Glitter Bomb, is that right? Or
actually, we're in the first season. This last week they premiered our 7th episode. It's the first season ever for Glitter Bomb, which is the first ever Latinx nationally programmed LGBT talk show. So we're very, very excited, making part of LGBT history as well as being a voice in the Latinx community. So we're really excited.
Cool. So tell us what is, besides what you just told us, a Latinx LGBT talk show, what else about Glitter Bomb? What is it? Tell us what's your format and where people can find that, actually.
Yeah, well, Glitter Bomb is that talk show. It's like the Gay View, but it's so inclusive. All of our guests are from all walks of life. It's hosted by myself, my co-host Patrick Gomez, who's the senior editor of Entertainment Weekly, as well as telenovela and reality star Enrique Fapene. And the three of us have known each other for years through the radio show. And LATV said, we really want to do something for the LGBT community. What do you guys think? So after a few martinis at the Abbey in West Hollywood, we came up with the idea for Glitter Bomb. And like I said, our guests are from all walks of life, gay, straight, old, young, Latin, non-Latin, everything. From Bravo TV, reality TV people, to former Miss USA, to soap opera people, to telenovela stars, to musicians. It's really everything under the sun, and it's that show that a straight guy can watch with his girlfriend and have a great time. It's that show you can watch with your family. It's the show that you can have conversations about your own sexuality with your family. And we're very proud that it's the first ever for LATV programming, and so it's broadcast to over 22 million homes right now.
Wow.
We're really, really excited for that. Whether or not they're tuning in, that's a whole other story.
Right.
But that's where we're broadcasting, yeah. And so anybody can check their local listings. Just search Glitter Bomb in your cable box, and we're going to pop up. and we're going to invade you in your living room, in your bedroom. We'll be there.
Wherever there is a TV, you're going to be there. So
Exactly, yeah.
That's exciting. So I mean, it really is.
So let's back up a little bit. Let's talk about Alex. How did you? Obviously, you're in the entertainment industry. How did you get started in all of this? I mean, were you dancing the can at the age of 3 or something?
Well, let's say I just came out of the womb with jazz hands and my cabaret show already, put together.
Wow.
No, the funny thing is, I studied theater in school. I was a ham. I was a cantor at 3 different Catholic churches growing up, so I've always been on display, and I love it. I'm a single child, so of course I'm an attention seeker, right? But
yeah,
my career is actually in banking. I was a corporate banker for a number of years.
Wow.
And that just happened by fluke. I was a part-time teller as a senior in high school, and I kept raising the ranks until I was working for commercial banks, doing large-size commercial real estate portfolios, and that was my life.
Wow, it's amazing.
Which is so weird to be doing what I'm doing now.
We are meeting.
You just never know where life is going to take you.
Well, we have been meeting. I mean, it's not just you. I mean, we have been encountering a lot of people on our show that they're in the entertainment industry in some fashion or another, and yet they come from a background that is so not related.
Yeah, an FBI agent,
an
international criminal lawyer, and oh my God,
now corporate banker. It's like, where are you people coming from? It's amazing, but at the same time, it just goes to show how colorful our community can be, because they're all LGBTQ too. Every one of them.
Yeah.
And it's great to see how colorful our community really is in this way.
Well, and girl, I mean, let's face it, you have to pay bills. And so if somebody's going to pay your bills, we know starting out in the entertainment industry does not pay your bills.
Hey,
but really, if it's your true passion, it's going to take over your life. And that's what happened to me. I was putting 50 hours a week in banking, whining and dining clients, stressing and sweating over loans that were going to happen, and it just wasn't my passion. And so I found my passion, and now it's paying the bills. I'm greatly thankful, but that's why everybody, you can't just be in the entertainment industry. You have to be the business side. You have to be the marketing side. You have to be the booker. You have to do graphics. I mean, you have to do social media. Mm-hmm. You have to know how to do everything in this industry now.
Trust me. We understand this.
Yeah.
This little podcast of ours we've been doing for almost 5 years now, and it's grown beyond. It has taken over our life, and unfortunately,
we still have day jobs.
We still have day jobs, and we spend more money on this than we do on our own vacation entertainment stuff. It has become our life.
It has become our lives, but as with you, I mean, it's our passion. It's the thing we truly love to do, because it gives us such a great opportunity to meet a wealth of people and to talk about everything that they're working on. Like you now.
Well, and I also host a weekly podcast on iHeartRadio, On the Rocks radio show, where celebrities and cocktails mix. And people think, you have a podcast, how cute. You just sit in front of a microphone and do your podcast. No. You guys know, because you guys have been doing such a great job. It is work. Just to do a 1-hour show takes the whole week to prepare, to research, and then to market it, and then to think about the show next week and the week after that. It is so much work, and people don't realize how much work it is.
Absolutely.
We
just started publishing daily. Well, the first in March-ish, we started publishing something daily on our website, and it's just like, oh my God, that is crazy.
Yeah.
As well as doing this podcast every week, and we got on Krypton Radio, and we've done lots of things, and it has just exploded. And as you said, you have to do everything, and so I appreciate that.
Yeah,
and
and you guys have to get along on top of that too. When you're stressed out doing all of this stuff, sometimes you can get a little grumpy with each other.
Just a little,
a tiny bit.
Just stop touching that, please.
The button is over there.
Yeah, just stop. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get it. We really do.
On Glitter Bomb, you have co-hosts as well, and tell us about how did this show? How how did it come about? And was it just the three of you or two of you, and you said, do you approach somebody, or did somebody approach you, or did it just kind of...
It was LATV approached my co-host Enrique Cepene because they knew him from his reality TV life and his telenovela roles. And so he knew about the network, and they approached him saying that they wanted to do something for the LGBT community, specifically for the younger generation, because the younger generation in the Latin community, they're the ones that are coming out of the closet. They're the ones that are bringing this stereotypically over-conservative culture, making them talk about, hey, gay people are in the Latin community, so you need to start paying attention to us. And it is the youth that's doing that. So they wanted a program that reflects that. And they also wanted a program that is not the stereotypical gay guy. And, we have the drag queens, we have the go-go boys, and, that is part of our culture, so it's not putting that down. But they wanted something that shows the everyday gay guy that you see, as your coworker, as your neighbor, as your family member. And the three of us represent that. We're gay, but we're not, at the gym 24/7.
You ought to see us.
No,
we need to be at the gym, but we're not.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing more tragic than a couple of, middle-aged, overweight queens. I mean, that's all we got to say.
Hey, girl, snap. No.
Yeah.
But like my other two co-hosts, one just got married, and the other one's been married for about 4 years. So we talk about marriage problems, and then I talk about my dating issues, #foreversingle. And so it's literally, we're just talking about our lives from the gay perspective. It's not over the top. It's not intrusive. It's very welcoming. So Enrique thought, let's get Alexander involved because he had been on the radio show. And then Patrick has been a part of the radio show for a while. And like I said, the three of us have this history together, and it just makes sense because we are so different. We fight, we laugh, we party, just like any other family does.
Yeah,
and you really see that dynamic on camera.
You just said something that really struck me. You talked about, these things, from the gay perspective, and what I thought was fascinating is that, but these are things that everybody deals with. So, in a sense, you're showing, modern day America, Bible Belt America, if need be, hey, despite the fact that maybe our attractions lean towards a different gender, or whatever, we're dealing with the same stuff just like you.
That's exactly right. And right now what's happening socially and politically, it's all about opening lines of communication, not affixing to your label so much that you're not listening to other people, not opening that dialogue where you're listening as much as you're talking. And that's why we wanted to do this show. We start the show by dropping the bomb, and we do hot topics that range from who pays on the first date, what happens if you see your best friend's boyfriend cheating, how political do you get on your social media, how much do you share on social media. I mean, these are, like you said, these are every person's problems, just done a different way and experienced a different way. The best compliment we got was, working at LATV, we had to communicate and learn how to communicate with each other. LATV is super, super straight. We were super, super, hey girl. And so even teaching what like shade is, or spilling the tea, or, if I say something, it's not derogatory. Like if I say girl, it's not derogatory. That's communication. We had to learn their language too. And the best compliment happened after filming. We have all of these camera guys, super hunky, Latino, machismo, whatever. And the compliment is that they would watch the show on their own because of the way it was presented, that it was so funny, and the celebrity guests that we had on the show, they want to know more about.
I think that speaks to
great.
Quality, that quality will not just stand the test of time, but if it's of quality, it will cross boundaries.
That's exactly right. You guys hit it on the head. I'm watching Mayans MC right now on FX, and it's about a bunch of Latino motorcycle guys. It's a spinoff of Sons of Anarchy. How the hell would I watch that for? But the show is so good, and the scripts are so good, and the acting is so good. I'm just, it's a show that I'm watching, and this is what we're experiencing more and more. As much as we're being told that we're kind of in an oppressive state right now, people are exploring and people are opening their eyes and their ears to hear more.
Right.
Because we're in a kind of exciting time politically, and like with the elections and everything, people are involved.
Right.
And, I don't like to get political at all, but there is an exciting energy. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you are, people are getting involved and they're getting engaged, especially with the youth, and that's what's going to lead the country in the future.
Yeah. You said something earlier that we just did another interview with the guys that produced the documentary about the Advocate celebrating 50 years. And
did you talk to Billy Clift?
Yes, we did.
We did. And yeah.
Billy's a great friend. In fact, this week's episode of Glitter Bomb, we cover the screening party of that documentary.
No
cool.
kidding!
That's
that
great.
is serendipity.
Yeah. Well,
that is so funny.
Yeah, I think it was he or David, one or the other, said something about how, and unfortunately it's true that young people tend to skew away from actually reading, and they get a lot of their media by watching it, so that's why they're going to put that online eventually. And you said almost exactly the same thing about the Latin community or the Latinx young people. They're watching media, and it is just, I think it's a wonderful thing that, and podcasts are becoming a big thing, and radio again is becoming a big thing. So I think it's great that we have all of these avenues to open lines of communication with us and our allies and ourselves, in the community.
Right, but you also said a really good point too. The youth are becoming involved, but they're not going to read a full article. They're not going to click through 2 links to get to something. They're on their phone while they're watching TV, while they're on their iPad, while they're watching a YouTube clip.
Exactly.
So it is important that the content we do put out there, number one, has real facts. It's not sensationalized, and that it's quality, because that's the only way that people are going to engage with facts. I'm afraid that there's a lot of misinformation on both sides out there.
Yeah.
And the youth, it's just trying to get them focused, and it's in this, like, quick, like, okay, now we're going to have a 10-minute webisode because that's all people can pay attention to.
Right.
It's such a crazy time for entertainment and for social media content and content creation as a whole.
Exactly. And we're not going to click on your damn slideshow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If it's not all there, I ain't looking at it. It's like,
That's exactly
I'm going back.
Right. We have become so lazy because everything is so easy to just click. Our lives are clicks.
Exactly.
I have to admit it. If I don't want to go to the grocery store, guess what? I don't need to go to the grocery store.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
If I don't want to cook, oh my gosh, there is Postmates.
Hey, there's an app for that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're literally, if you don't want to walk your dog, you can click on an app and somebody will come walk.
Yes.
Exactly.
There's an app for everything these days.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And we wonder why we can't get along with each other.
Exactly.
Oh, no kidding. I want to go back to talk about a little bit more about you. Now, you talked about how you were a corporate banker, but at what point and what was your process in actually making this transition into this exciting career that you've got going on now?
It's very simple. I attribute everything to vodka.
Do you
The secret recipe of life.
do you drink Tito's?
Yes.
Do you like Tito's vodka?
I like any vodka. I am not a vodka snob at all. If it's a well drink for $3 for happy hour, pour it in me.
Tito's is not the well, unfortunately.
Yeah, no. I do love Tito's very much. Belvedere, of course, you're not going to have a hangover the next day. So,
Right.
Yes.
Oh, we're getting tips now.
Yeah. But I was promoted to the entertainment division at City National Bank, which is a bank primarily in Los Angeles that deals specifically for the entertainment industry, actors, writers, directors, and you're handling these celebrity accounts. And so I was invited to a screening release party, and one of the actresses and I were drinking martinis. The venue was, the party was over, the venue was closing down, they were literally putting chairs up and we're still drinking. And her name was Ann Walker. She's in Sordid Lives. She's a fiery redhead. But she said, "You are so funny. You should start a radio show on my network that she's starting." And she had just bought and was starting Universal Broadcasting Network. And this was like 4.5 years ago. So as like a joke, is like, who knows what could happen? I went to her studio, did a couple of practice episodes, and found out that I couldn't shut up. And the rest is history.
Well, that is great.
Well, we're all benefiting from it. That's all I can say.
Exactly. I'm glad that Mona put us together, and this is really great. So, are there plans for a second season of Glitter Bomb?
There's
or
a
can
lot
you
happening
share
for Glitter
that?
Bomb. Yeah. Well, there's just a lot happening. The feedback we've received, and just like you said, you don't know who you're broadcasting to.
Oh my God.
We don't know who's out there. The response we're getting to or getting from is, from cities way out there, from people who don't have anybody gay that they can talk to or look up to or whatever, and now they can turn on their TV and actually see us. And so we're getting feedback. We're getting such positive feedback, especially from the mainstream media, which we love. We've been covered by People Magazine, New Now Next. So many different outlets are covering us because they love the show and they're responding to our message, which is inclusivity. Not, we're the gay show and we're only going to be gay, gay, gay. No, we happen to be gay guys with gay lives, and we're going to talk about everything under the sun.
Right.
And so the response has been very good, and the response has been very good from conservative mainstream sponsors. And, it's all about the sponsors. And so we did a commercial for Tide. Yeah, we did a commercial for Tide. We have some other projects that I can't talk about, but from very mainstream sponsors because they love what we're doing.
Wonderful.
And so that is great. We're going to be expanding very much so on the digital side, so that we're going to have content for Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Facebook Lives. That's going to exist purely in the digital world. And season 2 it's going to be bigger, and we're going to be in your living room more often than you probably want us to be.
Aha.
No, but this is a great thing because with people, especially the youth, I mean, we're seeing a lot of young people coming out younger and younger, and yet in many cases they don't have any place or any resource to turn to, and yet by having something that is as easily digestible, for lack of a better term, or like you said, a show that can be taken in and appreciated by people from all walks of life. I mean, that makes it a very safe thing for the young people today to take a look at and say, maybe there is a place for me.
Yeah, they can go to grandma's house.
That's exactly it. If somebody that young that comes out can watch this with their family and, be at ease that they're not going to see a half-naked guy running around, or they're not going to see somebody in full drag, and that's all they're going to be. This is really, really on the whole spectrum of life. And, I take it for granted so much being in L.A., hosting at the Prides here, and I forget that there are pockets of America that are not welcoming and that people are having major issues coming out. When I came out to my mom, it was so silly because I put all the pressure on me. And, of course, I did it at Thanksgiving because you only can come out during the holidays.
That's right. That's right.
My brother did.
Yes, see? See, so, this is what's happening. And, my mom always raised me as a very a house full of unconditional love. So for me, my coming out was more of a funny story than anything. But it's not a funny story, and it's not easy for a lot of the youth in America in today's day and age. And we tend to forget that because we're seeing like Will and Grace is so popular, and we're seeing a show like Modern Family showcasing a gay couple, and we think, oh, it's accepted now. But it's not always accepted. And, suicide rates, unfortunately, are super high in the trans youth and the LGBT community. And, that just shows that our work is not done yet. Our opening communication is not done yet.
Not fully there yet, but shows like yours are really doing a great job at getting the positive message out there that, you might be gay, you might fall in within the GLBTQ spectrum, but you know what? You're still normal.
That's exactly right. Thank you so much for saying that, because that's exactly the point of view that we're getting across.
Right.
We talk about money issues. We talk about clothes not fitting. We talk about horrible dates. I mean,
Where do you want to go for dinner?
Wrong.
Yeah, where do you want to go for dinner? Oh God,
I don't know. Where do you want to go?
We dread Friday or Saturday night. Well, it's not but Friday nights is like, oh shit. Okay, and I was actually kind of thinking, God, I don't know where the blazes I want to go for dinner tonight. I have no idea. Let's go to Jack in the Box. I don't care.
But it's funny because then if somebody gives an opinion, let's have this. Nah, I don't feel like that. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Thank you very much.
No, not tonight.
I will, because I'll Keith will say something, so where do you want to go? I don't know, I'm open to a lot of ideas. What about you? And he says, so okay, well, how about this? No, I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
So with
and
all
then the weekend's passed and you haven't eaten.
Right. Oh, yeah. So with all of that, boy, this was fun. With all of that, where can people learn more about all the things that you're working on? Oh, my gosh, you've got these things happening. Where can they find out about you, what you're working on? Social media, websites? Where can they learn all about you and everything you're doing?
To find out more about Glitter Bomb, go to latv.com/glitterbomb. And then you can also put in what city you're in, and it'll tell you what channel we are on in your city. And that also gives bios for my other guys, as well as links. It's a new show, so our Instagram needs some love, and that's Glitter Bomb TV. And then we're on Facebook on Glitter Bomb LATV. My own personal Instagram, which is a lot of fun because I post pictures with celebrities, but then I also post pictures that are taken late at the bar, which can be funny. My Instagram is Alexander is on air. And then you can find out everything about my weekly radio show on therocksradioshow.com, and that has links to the video and audio for all of my shows.
Cool.
Outstanding.
Well, this has been absolutely wonderful.
This was fun.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
You guys are fun.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate that.
Hi, this is Queen Karishma. And you're listening to the Two Gay Geeks.
I had to throw the Queen Karishma in there. That was, I love that. It's
She did too.
Yes,
she
she
had
did.
a hard time not laughing every time he played the harp sound.
Yeah. Here's a few, and that was Karishma Alawalia, who was starred in
Chimera
from Maurice Himes. Yeah, we talked to her and a number of Vanessa Cater and
Katrina Law.
Oh my
that
gosh,
will
that
forever
was-
go down as one of the best chat segments ever.
Yeah, and it was a face-to-face, so it was a really
had so much fun.
Great time. So anyway, here's a few selected birthdays for November 19th through November 25th, 2018. November 19th, Adam Driver, Jodie Foster, and Brigitte King. Happy birthday, Brigitte.
Happy birthday, Brigitte.
Now,
that was a lot of fun meeting her.
We met Tom and Brigitte on a cruise to Alaska.
Well, actually, you met them before the cruise.
Actually, that is true.
You met them in line at, was it Starbucks?
Yeah, at Starbucks. We were waiting for Starbucks to open, and they were standing there, and one of them had a Disney jacket on or something, and I just mentioned that we were, going on a Disney cruise, and they said, oh, well, we are too. And we just started chatting, and we met in line as we were getting ready to get on the ship, and then we got on the ship, and they had joined us for several different wine tasting and whiskey
And then
tasting.
one night at one of the clubs, I want to say Ray-Bans, and we just danced
Oh my
and
gosh.
danced and danced, and wow, did we have a great time.
And we've been trying to connect with them ever since.
Haven't been able
And
to.
This year, we were actually going to meet with them when we go to our Disney World vacation.
But guess
and
what?
They were going to be there too at the same time, but they canceled that because they had an opportunity to go to L.A. and Disneyland and do a behind-the-scenes tour there. So, oh my gosh, we're going to be on opposite
ends of the country. What
because
can
they
you
were in
say?
North Carolina. So anyway, happy birthday, Brigitte. It's a long story.
Yeah, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah. November 20th, Sean Young, who's not so young anymore. Oh, did I say that? with my
Whoa,
outside
man,
voice?
your Freudian slip is really showing now. You're exposing.
Yeah. Ming Na Wen, Richard. Here's the answer. Or what's the survey says?
Survey says.
Dawson.
Yeah.
Edwin Hubble. Jerry Colangelo, who lives here in Phoenix, who
Yeah.
is former owner of the Phoenix Suns and
Bumped
former
into him
owner
at a
of the
Starbucks
Diamondbacks.
too,
Yeah.
and that was weird because I had dropped something on the floor at the Starbucks, and I bent down to pick it up, and he just happened to be right in front of me, and I looked up, and it's like, oh, so you're like 6 feet 30, okay.
Yeah, exactly. And he was right in front of me, and that's how that happened. He was right in front of us at that Starbucks, and when he walked away, he had left his cell phone, and he came back, and I said, "Is this your cell phone?" I said, "I don't think I want that."
No.
He was a really nice guy, though. Also, November 20th, Chester Gould. We should have saved our Dick Tracy for this week instead of last week. Oh,
Go
well.
figure.
Anyway, and we got a couple of friends. Dr. Judith Wolf, who is a good friend of ours from Arizona Opera.
Yeah,
we
that's
call her
right.
Dr. Judy.
We call her Dr. Judy, but she's amazing.
She is amazing. Eugene Glover.
My partner in crime with Fusion Patrol.
Yeah, we've known him forever.
Yeah.
Or you've known him
I've known
forever
him for a
longer
long
than I
time.
have. Yeah.
Forever and longer.
Yeah. And Chris Farlander. November 21st, Bjork.
November 21st. What did you say?
21st.
21st.
Yes.
Bjork.
Bjork. I was getting confused there. And if we ever go down in history of the swan.
Oh, the swan dress. Yeah, from the Academy Awards.
Yep.
Yeah, that was forever epic.
Yep. Also, Goldie Hawn, Voltaire, and Lorna Luftballoons.
Oh, God, I can't believe you just said that.
Why? It's me.
Yeah, and I should have expected that one.
Exactly. November 22nd, Scarlett Johansson and Mark Ruffalo.
That's far out,
That
considering
is
that
far
they're
out.
pairing them up in the Marvel Universe.
And Jamie Lee Curtis. Happy birthday, Jamie
Yeah.
Lee. She's got a hit movie out right now,
Yeah, despite the
did
fact,
well,
I mean, she was great. I
Yeah.
loved her.
Yeah. And also on November 22nd, Robert Vaughn and Benjamin.
Oh my word!
Oh my! I can't talk. today.
You're just on all cylinders today, aren't you?
Benjamin Britten. Who are the Britons?
We all are. We all are Britons, and I'm your king.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
You don't vote for king. Enough of that,
Old woman.
man.
Speaking of, Terry
Gilliam, who directed Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
See, it was all
There,
for-
yeah, this was scripted. Sure.
and I didn't even look down and went into that. Anyway, November 23rd, Sorry. November 23rd, Boris Karloff. And so
boy.
it's kind of interesting. We're getting ready to come up on the Grinch,
Yeah.
the original Grinch, voiced by Boris Karloff. And then Michael Goff, who was a favorite of ours in Doctor
Oh my
Who.
goodness! Well, he was the
a number of
celestial toy
different-
maker,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people today will remember him
Yes.
from the Batman, the first series of Batman movies, where
Yeah.
he played Alfred the Butler.
Yeah. And a Facebook friend and a high school friend, Davette C. November 24th, Billy Connolly, Scott Joplin, Henri de Toulouse-Lautrec. And one of my favorite people that I ever worked with, my former boss, Ms. B. Green, who lives up in the Boston area. Great woman. And your sister.
My sister, Noelle Hughes.
Noelle Hughes and Jason Palmer. November 25th, Ricardo Montalban.
Corinthian leather.
Yes, and the Montalban Theater in L.A.
In L.A., where
in Hollywood,
we
is
got to
really
go there for
very nice.
Yeah, we got to
theater.
go there for a Hollywood event. It was really spectacular.
Up on the rooftop. They do a lot of things up on the
Wow,
rooftop.
that was a great night.
It was great. Andrew Carnegie, Joe DiMaggio, and Mr. Young Bailey Hall. I think he's 17 this year.
My goodness, how he has grown.
I know. Audra and
Greg,
and his brother Logan are having to put up with Bailey and
his teen years.
his teen years. Yes.
Oh, brother.
And that's it for the birthdays this time. I hope you're still with us.
Hi, this is Holly. You're tuned in to Krypton Radio. It's sci-fi for your Wi-Fi.
Go give a listen to our friends over at Krypton Radio. They've got lots of stuff going on all the time.
All the time.
24 hours a day.
24/7.
And you can hear us on Krypton Radio at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. Pacific time. On Krypton Radio.
On Tuesdays.
KryptonRadio.com. On
Tuesdays.
Yes, Tuesdays. And they have other shows that are going on other days, so you can listen to Krypton Radio.
Lots and lots of music.
Lots of music. And now it is time for some of that wonderful feedback.
I was waiting. Right. So, starting off with feedback that we got from episode 190, got this comment on YouTube from Arkle. He says, "Oh, hey, 190. That means 200 is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Any big plans for the 200, or at least ones that can be spoken on air?"
Yeah.
We'll be talking about that a little bit later,
a little
I
bit
think.
later. Yes, we will.
And then I got a comment on a restaurant review that Keith did about the Black Angus at the Phoenix Metro Center. Still a good choice among the crowd. And we got comments from Andrea Richoff. She said it was great and I loved hanging out for my birthday. And her husband Duncan then had a reply to that. Said, "Great company always makes any meal better." And I couldn't agree more. And I got a comment from Beth Cato. I guess she got to check it out when we were all at CocoCon, and she said, "I had a good meal there during the con."
Yeah.
Then I got a comment in regards to the article that Keith and I both wrote about Maria de Buenos Aires with Arizona Opera. And this I have to explain.
Oh, wow.
This happened on Instagram, where Catalina Cuervo, who was in Maria de Buenos Aires, she actually quoted part of our review and posted it on Instagram, and I just replied to her, "Thanks." Now, having said that, she says, "I loved your review. We'll share it soon now that we've finished."
Yeah, and she actually has done that part more than anybody else in the world. She's saying that, Maria. So it was really kind of cool.
It was really cool that she actually quoted us in that way. I was really, really moved by that. And then we had a little press release about how the two gay geeks are among the finalists for the 2018 Parsec Award. Got a comment from Hamish Downey, and he said, "Fingers crossed." And they got a comment from good friend of the show, Tom Albert Gulbranson. He says, "Oh, man, that's awesome. Congrats. Hope you win."
Well, we do too.
So do we.
And there's several people that had commented on that. I think they kind of escaped your...
Well, they didn't show up on my notifications.
Yeah. I don't know where they all went. Anyway.
Yeah, to the ether.
Yep.
And then we did a little article about our visit to the Magic Castle down in Hollywood, California, and got a comment from Susan Martin Murphy, and she said, "That's so exciting. I'd love to go there."
It was great.
And then the funny thing is that Michael Ferris, who I don't know why he had
He's
to respond.
obsessed with
He's obsessed
Cleveland.
with the city of Cleveland because he simply responded
I
with
think he's from there.
Cleveland? And it's like, hey, yeah, like the Magic Castle suddenly magically moved to Cleveland. It's like,
Hey, yeah,
okay,
why not?
why not? So, but yeah, in fact,
Exactly.
there's a later comment to a different post where he thinks we're in Cleveland, and you said you've got Cleveland on the brain.
Yeah.
And that's our feedback for this week.
Yes, we want to hear from you, our listeners. You are very important to us. We really do want to hear from you. If you have a comment or you have some thoughts, you like something about the show, you don't like something about the show, please let us know. You can comment on the Facebook page. You can comment on Twitter, on Instagram, on... I was going
Our website?
I was going to say MySpace, but we don't have a MySpace
No.
page. Our website, on any article, and at the bottom of each episode of the show notes. One thing that we do ask is please
play
nice
nice
with your comments.
We have to emphasize this again because just recently someone decided not to play nice with us.
Yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
they left a...
It was not the nicest of comments. I mean,
Yeah.
it had a mean tone to it.
Yeah, so if you don't play nice, it conflicts with our terms of service, and you're going to get booted. Sorry. But if you play nice, we will mention your comment on air. You can even call us and leave us a voicemail at 469-TG-GEEKS. That is 469-844-3357. And as always, like we say, please play nice.
Yeah, baby. They're like two gay geeks. They're together, you know. They're two gay guys and they're geeks. Is that okay?
Now it's time for this music. You didn't hear my goof up earlier because I edited it out.
Fixed it in post.
Fixed it in post. Everything can be fixed in post.
Right. So, this is in sort of response to Arkle's little comment about the big 2-0, or the big 2-0.
Yeah.
Well, we're recording this episode early for one very, very good reason.
We are, we're going to try to take a vacation, actually.
Yeah. We didn't take a vacation last year. I mean, there were a couple of times where we did record an episode early because we were going to be gone for a particular weekend. But this is now the first vacation that we've had in over a year.
Yep.
First real vacation.
So we're going to take off between November or between Thanksgiving and the New Year.
Mm-hmm.
However, we have lots of interviews and we got lots of stuff planned. So never fear.
There's going to be lots of content.
Yeah.
Never fear. Okay. Underdog is here.
Yeah. The TG Geeks are here.
Yeah.
So we want to kind of run down what we're going to do during that time frame. And
got some really awesome interviews that are in the can.
On the 26th of November, we've got Kevin Glover that's coming up.
Oh, that was a great conversation.
Oh, my gosh. He is a comic book writer.
Met him at Comic-Con, or whatever it's called now.
Yeah, and then we went down to Tucson Comic-Con and saw him there. It was like we talked to him, and then we went down there to just face-to-face with him again. Yeah. And it was kind of cool. We got that interview coming up about his new release that should be out by then, hopefully.
Yeah.
And it's Fractured Scary Tales is his...
Really good stuff.
Yeah, this one's an LGBTQ... centered Fractured Scary Tales. So
really and I've seen some of it, and it is really it's awesome.
Is great.
The art it's sensual, and sweet and beautiful. Sweet's a bad word, but it's great stuff.
Yeah. On the 3rd of December, we have in episode 198, we have the El Salomons, and that was Jess Salomon and Iman
I can't pronounce
Husseini.
Yeah.
And they are the El Salomons, and they are a lesbian comedy duo.
And one of them is Jewish, and the other one is
Muslim.
Muslim. Yeah. So they're bringing about world peace at the same time.
Exactly. On the 10th of December, 199, we've got Cheshire Moon, and that's a twofer.
This is a twofer, and this was one of the greatest episodes ever because I went into this not being a fan of Filk, and yet talking to them, it really opened my eyes. I learned a lot about it, and they were just so engaging. We just had such a great time chatting with them.
Yeah, we did that interview at CocoCon as well, and sat there face to face in our hotel room and chatted for
in case we're not these are Filk artists.
Yeah, they were actually the Filk guests of honor from
Ohio.
CocoCon. Yeah. And then on December 17th, our 200th episode, we got a number of testimonials that have come in, recorded testimonies. We'll talk about those people and hear their testimonial. And then in the second segment, we'll talk about our history and where we've been, where we came from, and where we think we're going forward. On Christmas Eve, December 24th, we got Jeannie Koch with all of her other projects. What's going on in outside all things Jeannie outside of Kitty's world?
Yeah, because we have to remember that Jeannie Koch is ridiculously prolific, and she just doesn't write the Kitty Cat Alien series. There are so many other things and other pen names that she writes under. So yeah, there's so much stuff with her.
And then on New Year's Eve, we have this one. This one is
great.
A great interview.
This was great.
Billy Clift and David Milburn. They have a long road to freedom. The
50
the
years.
Advocate celebrates 50 years. And it was a great conversation to talk to them about that documentary that they did about the Advocate magazine. And then on January 7th, we've got Matt Hayes.
He's an actor who lives in the LA area.
As well as director and writer.
A director and writer, and he's
got a new short film.
He's got a short
coming
film
out.
that looks really, really good.
Yeah, so those are the episodes that we've got coming up during our quote-unquote holiday break. We've also are going to have content,
Lots
publishing
of content
every single day
Yeah,
while we're on vacation.
When I'm not behind the mic, I'm behind my keyboard typing away, writing up articles and reviews and whatever.
And we've got stuff from Jeannie, stuff from Andrea, stuff from Hamish, stuff from Tommy, and stuff from me and from you. And it's all going to be holiday-centered, focused.
Yeah.
Some of them are a little offbeat and unusual. So we're going to...
How so?
Yeah, well, like the infamous...
Oh.
that. Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah. It has to be talked about. I'm sorry, and I'll take one for the team and I'll write that one up. I have no idea what I'm going to say. Which sadly means I have to watch it again.
Yeah.
Oh,
God.
brother.
Don't make sure that I've gone to the grocery store or something while you watch that.
That's fine, but you're watching Pee-wee's Christmas Special with me.
No, I'm not. Oh, okay, so I guess we will. But Tommy also has Santa Claus Conquers the Martians.
Oh man, that is an MST3K classic.
Yeah, and then there's several other offbeat things as well. So stay tuned every day between Thanksgiving and January. We're gonna have something.
And we are going to stoke the fire of controversy. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie or not?
Yeah, because we got several people writing about the Die Hard movies. So that is what we are doing for the rest of the year.
Yeah, so lots of content. Yeah, so don't think that we're going away.
We're not abandoning you. No,
heavens, no.
We don't
We're
want anybody to have abandonment issues.
No, we are going to be leaving plenty on the table for you to nibble at.
Yeah,
while we're taking a much needed break.
Yeah, because we're going to go to Disney World and then we're going to do a cruise.
Yeah. Much needed break.
Much needed break. Away from this city, away from everything.
Yeah, we've been putting a lot of time in on the show and on the website, and while we're very proud of it and we want to continue doing that, we need time to recharge as well.
Absolutely. So, and that's it for that.
That's the future.
Yeah, and we're hopefully maybe in the new year we'll have a different look to the website.
Maybe
we're
there's some. There's some talk kind of going on.
Reinventing the website.
Yeah.
So if you know of a really good WordPress theme that is good for podcasters that also have other content, please drop us a line. Know. And let us know.
I'm Daniel Radcliffe, and I believe that reaching out for help is the bravest thing a person can do. If you are struggling and need support, call the Trevor Lifeline at 1-866-488-7386. It's free and confidential, and trained counsellors are there to listen 24/7 without judgment. To learn more about the Trevor Project's life-saving work for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender or questioning young people, go to thetrevorproject.org.
Well, this one is going to be this is our weekly recap, as I said earlier, our weekly review. It's going to be the last one because this is, we don't have all the other stuff scheduled yet.
Not yet.
So we're still waiting for some of it to come in. But we do know what we have scheduled for a couple of days this previous week. So, this coming week? I don't know. I've lost track of
previous
time.
week.
Yeah,
because in case you haven't guessed, we're recording this episode early.
Way early. Yeah.
So there are just a few things that we know we're going to be running on these specific dates. Starting on Sunday, November 11th. By the time you hear this, November 11th will be in the past. There was Dr. Zombie, Monster Family Physician number 22. On November 12th, Monday, TG Geeks episode 195. On Wednesday, November 7th, ooh, gosh, that date's wrong, 14th.
Yeah.
On the 14th, Ralph Breaks the Internet and this sequel. It's a review of the new Ralph Breaks the Internet movie. On the 15th, Thursday the 15th, 3-episode thoughts on the new DC series Titans. And then on Friday the 16th, hopefully, we will have a new Sushi Morsels of News from Japan and beyond.
I've got
Do you already have it?
Yeah, I've got everything.
Okay, I wasn't sure because
Yeah.
poor Hamish he's having some problems right now.
Yeah, well, he's
out of his
just
control.
Yeah, but he sent me all of everything for new sushi up through the end of the year.
Oh, good.
So
Good.
it's just
And
a matter of scheduling it.
that's all we've got for now.
Yeah, and you can find all of this at tggeeks.com, as well as those entries on our Facebook page. Please visit there and comment on all of that stuff. And as always, we have our follow-up items. We can't say enough about, please check out the widgets on the right-hand side of the page. And, after the first of the year, who knows where they'll be. But depending on the theme that we choose.
Right.
But we do have a lot of things and a lot of people that we support. And as everybody knows that's ever listened to this show, we talk about independent creators all the time. Those people over on the right-hand side, a lot of them are independent creators, and we would urge you to support them by buying their stuff. A lot of links to the Amazon books and whatnot. It shows Amazon that we're getting a little traffic. On the Kindle books, we don't make a thing, but if you do want to use one of our search ads and buy something else, that would be fabulous. We do get a little kickback every once in a while, but check out the widgets. We are supporters of Arizona Opera. This last weekend, they finished up the Red series with Charlie Parker's Yardbird, and we are looking forward to the rest of the season that starts in January.
Goes back to the main stage for the big stuff.
At, Symphony Hall, La Traviata, Silent Night, and ending the season with Marriage of Figaro. So it's really exciting. You should check out Arizona Opera at azopera.org. There's lots of tickets still to be had. You can't go wrong with Traviata and the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll have Joe Spector on to talk about the rest of the season in January. Check out the restaurant reviews that we have. It's a new category. We just kind of fell into doing restaurant reviews somehow. I don't know how that happened, but it did, and it's kind of a neat little thing, something
Blame Jeannie.
I can contribute to, since I
think
know
Jeannie
something
started
about
it.
food.
She started it with sharing the stuff over in that she was seeing over in Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go. And then I kind of picked it up too. And once again, we are huge supporters of independent creators, whether it's filmmakers, comic book artists, writers, or others. Please buy their stuff. I mean, talk about their stuff. Tell people about their stuff, and if you go to a con and you see somebody that's a comic book creator or an artist or a writer or whatever, please buy their stuff and take cash with you. That way they don't have any credit card expenses, and because all of that stuff comes out of their pocket when they go to a con. So it helps them if you have cash. Please consider supporting independent creators.
Special shout out to Doctor Who Talking Who on Twitter for republishing our content, or much of our content, in their Doctor Who Fancast Guide. You can find them on Twitter by searching @TalkingWho. Same goes for Michael C. Burgess and his Byronix semi-diurnal aggregator that, as I said, republishes much of our content. You can find him by searching Twitter @Byronik. That is BYRONIK. We heard from Arkle a little bit earlier. He publishes the Arkle Times Post Dispatch News, and he's like the big guilty party in republishing our stuff. Thank you, Arkle. We greatly appreciate it. You can find him by searching Twitter @Arkle, ARKLE. And speaking of Arkle, he has the Shameless Cash Grab over on YouTube. You can find him by searching Arkle Studios, all in one word, over on YouTube. And Shameless Cash Grab is just starting a new season, so check it out. Also, must give a shout out to the Facebook group, The Gay Geek, for allowing us to post not just our episodes, but also any article that might pertain to being a gay geek. So we want to give special thanks to Jeremiah Rees for allowing us to share our content there. The URL is facebook.com/groups/The Gay Geek. And once again, thank you, Jeremiah.
Yes, thank you, Jeremiah, for letting us put our weird up your site, as Tommy was quoted as saying. He was so glad that we let him weird up our site with this Dr. Zombie. Yeah.
He's a perfect fit.
It was great. And thank you to everybody that has clicked on our Amazon ads. You can find them at the bottom of each article and on the right-hand side of the page. And lastly, we are now on Spotify, and you can check us out on Krypton Radio at 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. Pacific time on Tuesdays. Please rate us and review us on iTunes, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. What did I say was up next week? Kevin Glover.
That's right.
I had to look at that's who's coming up next week. So, and that's all, folks. Okay, that should do it for this episode of TG Geeks Webcast.
This train wreck.
This train wreck. Oh, my God, yeah. Thanks for putting up with us. And be sure to check out the article for this webcast episode. We're going to have several links on the page of things that we talked about. And remember, you can comment on our Facebook page or our website, tggeeks.com. You can leave us a voicemail at 469-TG-GEEKS. That is 469-844-3357. From TG Squared Studios, I'm Keith Lane. Thanks for listening. Please be kind to yourself and those around you. Peace.
Nee. Nee.